Hi, my name is Ennis, and I will be doing my Project 1B on NASA's Artemis rover, which is named Viper, and its exploration of the moon's south pole. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I've always been fascinated with space and astronomy. I've actually taken two astronomy electives in high school. And in those classes, I learned a lot about space. I learned about constellations, our solar system, galaxies, and even things like neutron stars and black holes. So the main purpose of this presentation will be to inform you guys on what NASA would like to learn with this rover, which is named Viper. Um, all right. And the way I will structure this presentation, I already went through the introduction. Then I will talk about three main points, which are what NASA's goals are with something called the Artemis Program. I will get into what the Artemis Program is in just a little bit. I will also explain how the Viper rover will be collecting data, exactly what it will be doing on the surface of the moon, and then I will end it off with why the information gained from Viper will be important for scientists and exactly what insights it will provide NASA with. And then I will finally conclude by summarizing the main points that I made in this presentation, as well as the most important information that I would like you guys to retain. Okay, so the Artemis program is a program created by NASA with the main goal of it being to establish a human presence on the moon. They want to they literally would like to build a base on the moon that is sustainable and safe. However, there are still a lot of things to be learned about our moon. There's a lot of holes in human knowledge about the moon, so that's where the Viper rover will help out with the Artemis program in teaching scientists more about the moon. And the long-term goal of the Artemis program is to use that presence on the moon in preparation for the exploration of Mars. Okay, so how will the Viper exactly collect data? So what it will do is first it will arrive and land on the moon using a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. It will be exploring a region called the Noble region of the moon's south pole. This is basically a region with a bunch of craters. Scientists have never explored this region before. They've only been able to study it using satellites and orbiters. And they have learned that this area, which is mostly covered in shadows, it's almost always dark. This area actually has ice, which is a very valuable resource and will be very beneficial in the establishment of a base on the moon. So the Viper will be traversing through this area, which is an area of about 36 square miles, and it will be making stops at specific drill locations that were carefully picked by scientists. And Viper will be making use of its drills and sensors to collect samples from these locations, and it will return data back to scientists so they can analyze it. And what scientists will learn from Viper, they will be able to learn about the distribution of resources such as ice on the moon. And this will be important because it will allow them to predict where they could find ice on the moon by comparing the terrain that Viper explored to potential terrain that could contain ice. It will also allow scientists to map out the Noble region, which is, as I stated before, an area that scientists were unfamiliar with, and it will provide scientists with some insight on the moon's history and cosmic origin. All right, to conclude, I'd like to reiterate that Viper will be a very crucial part of the Artemis program in providing data that will teach scientists how to create a presence on the moon that will be safe and sustainable, and it will then allow NASA to explore Mars and prepare for the exploration of Mars. Thank you.